Matt, that's a pretty scary movie. I don't think you should be watching that.
Can I just watch a little more?
It's scary. You're going to have nightmares.
Please?
Okay, and then I want you to go to bed.
Mrs. Bates. One, two, three.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jay. Happy birthday to you.
Hi, Jay. I want to wish you a very happy birthday. And for one who knows, being 50 is great. And I'll tell you this, in 10 years, and in 20 years, and in 30 years, until one of us gets it right. Have a great day.
Hi, Mr. J. I hear you're getting older, but you really don't look it. I want to wish you a really happy birthday. And many, many more. Maybe we'll meet someday. Bye.
I'm Mike.
I'm Jennifer.
50, wow, that's old.
I didn't know people lived that long. Happy birthday, Uncle Jay.
Happy birthday.
I don't have anything to say except I wish you the best birthday, and you got to come to Buffalo real soon. How's that? Corny.
Hi, this is Dave.
And Gail.
And we're still on our foreign assignment, but we just stopped to wish you a happy birthday, Jay.
Yes, Jay, happy birthday. This is what happens to you when you get older.
Kiss.
Hello, Jay. Happy birthday. I understand you're going to be 50. I want to explain something to you about what happens to a person when they're 50 years old. The parts stop working about that age. You know, nature has decided that you're no longer a contributor to the gene pool anymore, and it starts shutting your body down, and everything stops working because nature has no use for you anymore. So you will find that as you get a little bit older, nothing works anymore. Of course, I wouldn't know about that since I haven't gone through that process yet, but that's just what I heard.
Kath, you know Jay's birthday's coming up. What do you think we ought to get him for his birthday?
How about baseball tickets?
The 0-1 pitch. A liner off Nagy's glove into center field.
Hi, Jay. I'm over here doing this crossword puzzle. Actually, this is a jigsaw puzzle. I haven't done one of these in a long, long time, but I've, like you taught me, I always do the edges first, and then I try to fill in the middle ones. Hey, happy 50th birthday to you. I know that that thing snuck up on you, and it came a lot quicker than your 40th did. And you know, when I turned 40, my 50th came, it seemed like 2 years later, and your 60th will probably be around before you know it, just like mine will. Pat asked me to try to remember something that we used to do as a kid that nobody else has ever heard about. You know, one of those things that we have managed to keep to ourselves that nobody knows. And this would be the time to reveal those intimate secrets. So I thought that I would come clean and finally tell them about that time that you and I were out on Lake Erie. We were both in our 20s. We were both married at the time, but we just kind of took an afternoon off and got away from everybody, getting away from the kids, getting away from all the hectic, hustle and bustle of married life and working hard, which you always did, and of course I didn't. Anyway, it was that time we went out to Lake Erie, and we were going fishing, and you packed a couple of sandwiches, and I brought along about a 6-pack of beer, and we brought some bait, bought some worms, and we were going to go out and we were going to catch some sheephead, and we were going to come back and surprise our wives and our kids with some food. Sheephead. Anyway, we were out there. If you remember that terrible storm that kicked up on Lake Erie that time, we were fishing off Neff Road, and we drifted out about a half a mile off, and we could still see the shoreline and everything, but all of a sudden a big storm came down from Sandusky, from that direction, and just kind of swept everything away. You couldn't see the shore because of the heavy fog, the heavy mist, the heavy rain, the lightning and the thunder, and we were ducking for cover, and of course we were just in this old cheap outboard that we rented for about $2 an hour, and pretty soon we were in trouble. So we just kind of laid low in that boat, tossing and turning in the waves, and finally everything kind of cleared up. The wind stopped and the sea got very calm and everything like that, and it was kind of late in the evening. We could actually see a sunset, but we also noticed we couldn't see any land anymore. We also noticed that the gasoline can was swept overboard during all this hubbub. So there we are out in the middle of Lake Erie. We have as a matter of fact, all the food was swept overboard as well. We didn't have anything to eat. We didn't have any gasoline. We didn't have any oars. We're out in the middle of Lake Erie, and we're in trouble, and it's sun setting, and we don't know what we're going to do. And so the sun did set, and we managed to get through the night, but we woke up in the morning, and we were delirious because we were getting quite concerned. Did our family notify the Coast Guard, or didn't they notice that we didn't come home? We didn't know. And so what happened is that we went through another day. Nobody rescued us that day. Nobody rescued us on our 3rd day out there. And finally, on the 4th day, and you were the one that spotted it, it was that thing floating in the lake. It was coming up. I didn't know what it was. You said, at first, you thought it was a genie lamp, one of those magic genie lamps. And indeed, when you pulled it in, it was a genie lamp. And you pulled it up, and you gave it one of these, boom, 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 boom. And remember that ornery genie that came out, that genie with an attitude? And he said, all right, not 3 wishes. I've done this a million times. You get 1 wish. You got 10 seconds. Go! And I'm 9 seconds. And the guy said, and make your wish 3 wishes. That's not going to work either. That's it. You're gone. You got 7 seconds. And I couldn't think of anything to wish for, but I knew we were in deep trouble. You couldn't think because we were delirious. We were exhausted. We were without food and water for 3 solid days. And finally, I think it was you when the genie said, 2 seconds. It said, turn the lake into beer. The lake turned into beer. The genie was gone. And you said, hey, I'm pretty smart. And I went, nice going. I thought it was pretty good. So we're going over the edge of and we're sipping up the beer. We go, God, we're thirsty. This is pretty good. And then all of a sudden it dawned on me, and I started getting a little pissed off at you. And you wonder, what was the problem? I did pretty good. You didn't come up with anything, Sam. Look what I came up with. And I said, yeah, but look what you've done. Now we got to piss in the boat. So I'm trying to get this piece over here. Anybody got a ball-peen hammer?
A Jay story. Jay's turning 50. I'd say, my dad told me a story about AJ going fishing sometime, but which one is Jay now? I can't recall. Tell a Jay story. Come on, tell a Jay story. Come on, you know him pretty well.
I'm a dad.
All right.
I can Mufasa. Uncle Jay, thanks for the tractor ride. Matt and Mark had really a lot of fun getting those bones. And the dead raccoon. Thanks for that day.
Jay, happy birthday. Happy 50th.
This is too scary for you to watch. I want you to go to bed right now.
Okay.
Come on, get going.